Hello, my name is Julie from So Unique, and I will pop all the links down below where you can find me on social media. I am most active on Instagram. Welcome to episode 23. I'm sorry it's been a couple of weeks since I last posted a vlog, but to be honest, I haven't done a great deal. If you watched the last vlog, you will know that I got a new website host, and I've been busy really putting photographs and things on there. At the minute I'm just concentrating on the fabric. There are a few project bags on the website and one or two other little bits, but not everything that I've got going at the minute. But like I said, I'm concentrating on the fabric. So yes, and it's a really easy website to use. I'm really pleased with it, and it's quick to do. But obviously, everything takes time because there's lots of pictures I've got to take again. I seem to have lost my pictures, so excuse me, I'm having to start again. So that is taking up my time. So I have not really done a lot of crafting, and also I have still got a bad hand. Now it's all sort of in my fingers, round here, around my thumb, a bit in my wrist. I find it worse in my wrist when I'm on the computer, but I have got a pad to rest my wrist on. It's not really helping, and some days it's been pretty bad and I've not been able to do much. And I've been thinking, oh God, is this carpal tunnel or what? And I think I don't want an operation or anything like that. Anyhow, I was talking to a lady the other day in the shop, and she reckons it's arthritis because she has the same problem. So I'm like, oh no. But my mum had arthritis in her hands as well. But it is, I must admit, it is stopping me doing from bits and pieces at the minute. I can't say it's painful. It's achy and very annoying, and I do find like maybe trying to take a lid off a jar, I can't do that. Like carrying shopping, I've got to be careful what I put in this hand because it just makes my hand worse. Hand sewing is the worst I'm finding, so I don't think I'm going to be doing any more memory bears because I have to hand stitch the seams at the back of the legs, the back and on the arms. So I think I have to stop doing them because I do find when you're holding the needle, it's that your hand cramps up a bit, and it's not nice at all. It's horrible, and then I can't do anything for a few days. I did have to turn some work away today as well, which is not good. Somebody came in wanting a school badge sewing on a blazer, and normally I would have said, yeah, I'll do that, no problem, go and pick it up tomorrow. But I looked at the badge and it looked quite thick, and the pocket, and I thought, no way, I don't think I can do this, otherwise my hand's going to be even worse than ever this week. So I had to say no, I couldn't do it because I've got a bad hand. So it's not very good when you have to turn work away when it is your livelihood. So I think what I might have to do is, I mean, obviously I'm not going to stop sewing. I'm not going to do that. I just think hand sewing some things I'm just not going to be able to do. But cross stitch, I think I can still do the cross stitch because you're not like having to push through fabric and things like that. It's just going through the hole, so I should be okay with that. I haven't done any knitting for the last couple of weeks, but I think I'll be okay with that so long as I don't spend too long doing the same thing. That's the trouble. Ordinary sewing, my hands are flat, so it's not too bad. But I think the thing is as well, it's like if I'm quilting or having to tow around a big quilt, that makes my hand ache quite a bit. So yes, that's going to be fun times ahead, I think. But I'm sure I will sort of come up with something else. that I can sew. Well, I hope so anyhow. I did put some Voltarol on, rubbed it all in my hand, all around here, around my thumb, before I went to bed one night. And the next day when I got up, it felt heaps better. But by the end of the day, obviously, I could feel it all coming back in my hand again. So, yes, I don't really know what I'm going to do at the minute. So I've had a bit of a miserable week with that. But, you know, I'm not going to, like I say, I'm not going to give up my sewing or anything. I will just change what I do. I think that is the best thing. Just find something different to sew. So I have been enjoying a little bit of machine embroidery over the last couple of weeks. And what I'm going to do is, I've actually been taking a few little snippets of video of what I've been up to. So I will pop them in. I've just been trying to sort them out on the computer. And, well, it's like a big mess with all these pictures and clips. And now I've got to get them into order. So that's what I'm going to go and do next. But the first bit of footage and clips that you're going to see is the rhubarb. So I will show you sort of the rhubarb bed, what it looked like, how much rhubarb I got, what it then looked like, and then it'll be what it looks like now. So within 2 weeks the rhubarb has grown, it's probably about that much, I think. So it's coming along. I got lots in the freezer and I made a few bits. So that will be the first, oh, excuse me, that will be the first clip. So I hope you enjoy it. Well, that was a fun day. I spent most of my Monday, as you can see, chopping the rhubarb bed down, and yeah, I got about 6 kilos of rhubarb. Each gin bottle took about a kilo of rhubarb, I think it was, yes. And there was nearly half a kilo each for the cordial as well. So I made 2 bottles of cordial. So yeah, 1 bottle of cordial and 1 bottle of gin have gone to my son's. So we're still drinking our cordial. It's very nice. And I had intended on Monday to make some chutney, but I spent the day obviously doing the gin and that, and my hand was really aching because I'm right-handed, and of course all the chopping. So yes, I was in quite a bit of discomfort after that. So come tea time, I thought, you know, I've had enough. So all the rhubarb had been washed and dried, and it was all chopped. So I bagged it all up and put the rest of it in the freezer. So what I'm hoping to do is keep one lot of it for rhubarb gin for Christmas. So I've got a rhubarb gin for Christmas, which will be nice, and yeah, make some chutney and things like that with it. And a crumble, of course. Got to have a crumble. I did make a crumble. Well, I intended on making a crumble that day. and when I went to the cupboard I'd got no flour. So that was that. So I stewed the rhubarb and we had it with ice cream for tea, and that was really nice. So yes. So the next thing you're going to see now is a little bit of sewing. Well, today I'm having a little bit of me time. I've spent enough time tidying up and doing rhubarby things, so I am, as you'll have seen, quilting on my Christmas quilt. Now I've quilted along the red pieces of fabric, and all the applique here has all been hand stitched on, and I have hand quilted around each design. So the only thing I've got left to do now is just do this border. I'm going to quilt round the edge here, and I think that might be it. So I'm hoping this week I might actually be able to get the binding on, which would be really good. Then I can get it washed, pop it on the washing line, and maybe get a photograph if it's not raining or windy. So I'm going to keep going for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to go and make some tea. So keep your fingers crossed for me this week that I can actually get it done. And the first stage of the binding is on. So I'm going to leave this now for another day. It's time for tea. So I'll see you all again soon. And today I am at work, as you can see, and I've brought down my seaside quilt that I started, must be 5 years ago. So I'm going to put a few pictures in of what I'm doing, and hopefully then take it home next week and get the binding on and get it finished off, which will be great. But first I've got to finish the Christmas one. I would have filmed what I was doing, but the alarm for the building was going off for about 45 minutes until somebody came to fix it. So no videoing, I'm afraid, and I've done all the work now. And I've lost footage, haven't I? I don't know whether I've just deleted it by accident or I didn't press record button, which I know happens to a lot of people. Never mind, so I thought I'd better film this bit again. Anyhow, I finished my quilt, didn't I? The Christmas quilt is finished and I'm so excited. I've been longing for this to be finished. The binding's on. Now, as you know, normally I like to hand stitch my binding, but that wasn't going to happen this time, so I machine stitched it on, and it didn't take long, and it didn't go too badly. It's, I mean, it's far from perfect, but you know, at the end of the day, it's mine, and I'm not bothered. I don't mind. But like I said, first time, yeah, I enjoyed it, I must admit. It was good. Saved my hands. So what I'm going to do is, all I need to do now is just make sure there's no loose ends or anything like that, which is, I've covered in bits of thread here. And it probably could do with a wash and get it out on the line. But I thought I would show you the best I can at the minute, and then if the weather's decent at the weekend I will get a picture of it outside. But yes, there we go, the binding is on. It's a little bit too big to try and show in here, but you can see what it's like. And this is a Laurie Holt pattern. I love Laurie Holt, I love her work. I love the applique and the way she does things. So yeah, and I enjoyed the sewing the binding on the sewing machine as well. It was nice and quick. And the back of the fabric is Laurie Holt's recipe for cookies. And I have got some red fabric that's the same as this. It's the recipe fabric, and I didn't know whether to make a couple of pillowcases with it to go with this for the bed. So I can't wait to put this on the bed at Christmas. So, yeah, so I'm really pleased with this. Yeah. Well, I've just finished putting the binding on the quilts. That's 2 quilts done this week, so that's not bad going, considering I've got a dodgy hand, but I've managed fine. So yeah, that's 2 off the list. I've just got 1 more to finish off now, and that's an autumn one, but I don't think I'm going to actually make a quilt with the autumn one. I might just turn it into a table runner because I can't be bothered. But weather permitting, I'll try and get some photographs of it outside. So yeah. Well, I managed to finish the bowl as well. It's not perfect, but it was just an experiment really. Machine embroidery in the base, that went really well because I wasn't sure if the rope was going to be a little bit too thick for it, but it did work out okay. I just haven't got it quite in the centre. But having said that, it's not too bad. It looks better now than what it did when I finished it. But yeah, so that's it. So I am going to try and make some more. I did make a mistake with this one, as you can see just there. I was stitching away, and then when it come to do the sides, I was stitching the wrong way, wasn't I? So I had to chop the rope and turn it round and fit it in, so I made a little bit of a mess, but I'm not bothered. It was just an experiment to see if it would work, and it did work. And I love the leaf wreath inside it, and I thought it might look nice for Christmas, but I think that design would look nice any time of the year really. So I'm going to have another go at making some more. I might try and make the base a little bit bigger because I've got leftover string, and I would actually like to use the whole of the ball of string cord, whatever you want to call it. So I think that might be a job for the weekend. It just depends on how my hand's feeling, because like I say, it did sort of make my hand ache a little bit, but yeah, I want to have another go at that. So yes, I'm pleased with my little experiment. And the next bit of footage you're going to see is of the new rose that I got, and some of the new plants that we bought. basically Kevin doing a bit of work in the garden. So I hope you enjoy seeing those. Well, I think Kevin might regret saying, why don't you put flowers in the garden, because we went shopping and I bought quite a few plants. And they're nice ones, and they are perennials, and yeah, I've got a nice little selection. Today I'm hoping that we'll get the rose put, the new David Austin rose put in its new pot, because yesterday evening we went shopping, we went to B&Q, and I've managed to get a nice big terracotta pot which looks really nice. But by the time we got back home, obviously the light was failing, and Kevin managed to get the pot set up where I wanted it, but the piece of ground where it's on, it's a little bit uneven, so he's had to sort of pack up underneath the pot, which is fine, it looks okay, and he's put some gravel in the bottom of the pot, and we just need to get some soil and compost in there. But it was getting a bit too dark last night, so I said to him, leave it, we'll do it today. But we're now on, this is Sunday today, and obviously I'm at home on my own today. Adele's at a fair, a local fair, and Kevin's gone with her, so he takes her, and then he will stay with her and help her out. And then obviously he's there to look after the stall if she needs to go to the toilet or anything. So by the time he gets back home today, it's probably going to be tea time, but he will do a little bit of work sort of this evening for as long as he can. And tomorrow is Bank Holiday Monday, so he's at home. And obviously Adele's at the fair again tomorrow, so I've said, well, I'll go with her tomorrow, give her a hand, and I'll probably take my sock knitting with me tomorrow. And then Kevin can come back home and do a bit of gardening or whatever, because when we went to B&Q yesterday, we got some wood, we've got some treated wood to make another bed, and this time, from the pictures you'll see when you see the big bed, it's opposite that on the other side of the garden. We've had 3 beds. One was for the rhubarb, and then there was 2 other beds for veggies and whatever. So this time we're having 2 beds. So we're having a big bed, a small bed, and then the catio will be there. So he's going to do that. So hopefully by tomorrow evening the new bed will be all done and ready, and we'll be getting the plants in that, which is exciting. So the garden is coming together slowly, and there's sort of spaces, or there will be spaces for me to add other plants, because our Wednesday market, we've got a really lovely man on there who sells bedding plants, and you know, they're not a bad price at all, and they're always nice and fresh, so I can just keep buying the odd few each week off him to fill the beds up. What I want to do though is, when we get the David Rose in its nice pot, I was thinking of having some maybe trailing plants that come over the edge, just to fill it up a little bit. But I only know of alyssum that trails. I don't really know a lot about flowers, so I think I'm going to have to do some research and see what I can get, if I can get some nice trailing flowers to go in there, because I'm going to have a lot of pot plants as well on the side, and some herbs and things like that. So I've got some new mint, so that might keep us going for the rest of, well, the summer, I suppose. So yeah, so that's what we've been up to. So what I'm going to go and do now is I'm going to go and try and sort this vlog out because I've been filming here, there and everywhere. It's giving me a headache now trying to sort it all out. And I'm going to get these 2 quilts in the wash and put on the line today, so that's my job. Isn't it a lovely feeling though when you actually get some projects finished? So 2 quilts all done now, they're all dry and they're all packed away and ready for use. Now whether we'll get to use the sort of beachy one this year, I don't know. The weather here has not been very good really. We've not really had much in the way of sun. It's been very dark, dull. We've had rain, sort of fine mist rain, nothing too heavy, which has been good. It's not damaged my plants or anything. But yeah, there's a nip in the air now here. I don't know what it's like where you are, but I hope the weather's nice for you, you know. But yeah, it's like autumn is coming, definitely. I'm sat in my sewing room and there's no heating on or anything at the minute, and it is quite cold in here. So I think I might have to put a jumper on when I come out here to work, because I really don't want to put the heating on, because it takes about 2 days and a bit to heat up in here, and knowing my luck, the weather will get warm again, so I think I'll just leave it for the time being. But I do think it's now time to pack some of the strawberry decorations and the bee decorations that I've got in the kitchen. It's time to pack them away, I think. I don't really have anything that's autumny that I can put in the kitchen at the minute. I know I've got the pumpkins that I made, and there's some leaves. I've got some leaf bunting and things like that I had in the living room. I just don't know how Bramble and Salem are going to be this year. They seem to like to chew everything at the minute, but I think I'm going to decorate the tier tray up. I've started taking the tier tray apart now, so what I need to do, I think, which I'm hopefully going to do today, is I've got a box that I can pack everything in and put it away somewhere safe. So I think I'm going to do that, and then start thinking about little things that I want to make to put in the tray. In the hallway near the kitchen, I have got a china cabinet which I got from the charity shop years ago. Absolutely love it. It's I don't know, Art Deco, I think. It's got a nice curvy shape and it's got a little sliding door in it. And it's a good job it was second hand, because if you remember Tabby, he used to wee up it. He did, and it was hard job having to clean it. So yes, the bits of wood started to peel off the bottom because of that. So, yeah. Anyhow, a few days ago, both Adele and myself have been using the dining room table in the conservatory, like for photographing, or Adele's been using it for filming and things like that. And we have to shut the kitchen door, especially for sublimating, to keep Bramble and Salem out of the way, because they are so inquisitive, and then they like to get in on everything, which you don't always want. And if you're sublimating, you can't afford to have the cats in the way. Charlie and Elsa will come and go through the kitchen. You can let them in, no problem. They'll come in, they'll eat, they'll drink, and they just want to go outside. They have no interest in coming up on the table to see what's happening, which is good. Anyhow, Gavin and myself had gone to bed. It was getting on for midnight. Adele was still in the conservatory doing what she was doing, so the kittens weren't happy. They'd been shut out. So Salem has started jumping up at the kitchen door and somehow he's caught one of my glass vintage bowls off the china cabinet and pulled it down. Now, how it didn't hit either one of the cats, I really don't know, but it must have flicked it out, because it sort of hit the wall on the opposite side, and it shattered into a load of pieces. I wondered what on earth was happening. So I came downstairs. I got no slippers on my feet, so I couldn't come down any further. The kittens were just running around in amongst all the glass, so I was having sort of panics with the kittens, and I was trying to keep hold of Salem because he did come up the stairs to me. We had to get them into an house room, shut them in there so we could clean up. So there I am in my dressing gown, vacuuming at midnight after a dad swept the carpet and got the glass up. But I'm really disappointed that I've lost my bowl, because it was really a lovely. It really looked like crystal, proper crystal old-fashioned bowl. I mean, it won't be. I think I paid £5 from the charity shop for it a few years ago, but it was a nice solid one. It was only about that deep, and it had got nice sort of curved little feet on it, and it was really nice, and it really sort of shone. And I'd got all my strawberries in there, and my little tea tray cushions for the summer, and I'd also got a vase of fake flowers and a plate that I bought Kevin years ago. And the vase of flowers was fine. The plate, which I thought would have gone, was fine. There's just tea tray cushions and strawberries all over the hall, and glass. So I think they were both a bit frightened. Dale told them off. But they don't know they've done wrong. But there we go. They weren't hurt, and nobody got glass in their feet, so that's the main thing. So we must have got it all up. Oh, we do have fun times with these kittens, I'll tell you. Oh, we've never had cats like these two before. They cause so many, well, I won't say problems, but they get into so much mischief, I'll tell you, at times. I don't know. Anyhow, I just want to say thank you for joining me this week, and I hope everybody's well. I hope everybody's having a crafty week at the minute. You'll probably be doing a little bit better than me. So I will see you all again next week, I hope. Just depends how my time goes with working, really. Working and filming at the minute. I'm doing my best to try and get back to weekly, but I'm struggling a little bit. The podcast is coming. It's not, I don't think it's going to be, it won't be on the 1st of September, but it'll be a bit later on the week. But we are getting there. I'm actually waiting for things to come in that I can share with you, but you know, everything's on go slow at the minute. Anyhow, I will see you all again pretty soon. So take care, everyone, and I hope you have a lovely week and lots of crafting. Bye for now.